Hey, this is Roy Cannaday, and today I'm going to be talking about the Drax Hero Pack for Marvel Champions. Let's get into it. Alright, so Drax. So basically what we have here is a hand size of 6 in Alter Ego mode and 14 hit points. So pretty high on the hit points there, and a recovery of 4 with a forced response of, after you change to this form, remove all vengeance counters from Drax and heal 2 from him for each vengeance counter removed this way. So what are vengeance counters? Let's take a look here on his hero side to see what exactly that is. So he has a thwart of 1, an attack of 2, and a defense of 2. So these stats seem pretty lame for Drax overall, but if you look here, Drax gets +1 attack for each vengeance counter on him. So he's going to be getting vengeance counters and boosting that up. And then as a response here, after the villain attacks Drax, place 1 vengeance counter here to a maximum of 3. If you cannot, draw a card. So each time you're attacked by the villain, he's going to be getting these vengeance counters, making his attack go up, and when he flips back down, he's going to heal. And if you fill up and get more than 3 vengeance counters on him, he's going to be drawing a card each time the villain attacks. So pretty cool stuff there. And you can see there'll be a lot of things here that Drax has to do with those vengeance counters. So let's see here. Teeth Mastery. Yeah, DWI Teeth Mastery. This is a 1 cost upgrade. It's a hero response after Drax makes a basic attack. Draw a card. Awesome. You're going to want to be basic attacking with him a lot because his attack's going to be strong once he gets those vengeance counters. So, and drawing extra cards is awesome. Then Drax's Knife. This is an upgrade. It is a restricted upgrade, and it is while he's in hero form, he gets an extra +1 attack. Always seems good, especially for 1 cost. And then another upgrade here, Drax's Other Knife. While in hero form, Drax gains Retaliate 1, which is good because you're going to want the villain to be attacking you a bunch. So having Retaliate to hit him back a little bit would be awesome. Then Too Stubborn to Die. This is a 2 cost upgrade. When Drax would be dealt or would be defeated, instead set his hit point dial to 4 and change him to Alter Ego form and remove this card from the game. So if you had this in play, you could just let the villain attack you and attack you and attack you, and then as you got defeated, you would flip back down and you would set your hit points to 4, flip back down, and heal back up equal to your vengeance counter. So that would be really awesome to basically let yourself die a little bit to actually just heal back up. Then you have Payback here. This is a 0 cost event. Hero response after the villain attacks, you deal X damage to the villain where X is equal to your attack. Hopefully you're boosting your attack a whole bunch with your knives and your vengeance counters. That's awesome. We have a few paybacks, a couple paybacks there. And then Fight Me, You Coward. Ready your hero, draw a card. So awesome, you're going to be able to ready and draw a card. But what's the downside of this? This is the villain attacks you, which for Drax, not necessarily a downside. So you're basically calling out the villain, forcing him to attack you, putting more vengeance counters on you, and you're going to be ready to attack him back again. So it's all about forcing the villain to attack you extra times to build up that vengeance counters. Then this is a 3 cost event, Knife Leap here. Reduce the cost of this card by 1 for each vengeance counter on Drax. So if you had all 3, it would actually be free to play this card out. That would be awesome. When you make a basic attack, you get +5 for that attack. And that attack gains Overkill and Piercing. What? This seems pretty good. So be able to smack them down really hard with that one. Then Parry. This is a 0 cost event. Hero Interrupt. When you would take any amount of damage, prevent X of that damage where X is equal to double your attack. So as you build up those vengeance counters, this is going to be helping you to defend and not take damage. So that way you can hit them back. Then Intimidation. Remove X threat from a scheme where X is equal to your attack. Cool, so you're going to be removing threat with your attack instead of with your thwart. Which makes sense because, you know, he's building up those vengeance counters and making his attack really awesome, and he's just trying to intimidate and distract the villain there. Mantis. This is a 2 cost ally. 2 thwart, 1 attack, but this attack has double consequential damage, so she's not very good at attacking. But you can exhaust Mantis and deal 1 damage to her to heal 3 damage from an identity. That seems extremely good because she's going to be able to heal 3 from Drax, so Drax can just stay in hero form more and be able to continue to build up those vengeance counters. Really awesome there. And then we have Martyr. He's a 4 cost ally, 1 thwart, 2 attack. Response after Martyr takes consequential damage from performing an attack. If that defeats the enemy, then give her a tough status card. Awesome. So she can get tough when she defeats people. Then Moondragon here, 3-cost ally, 1 thwart, 1 attack. Exhaust and discard Moondragon. Choose a minion. That minion attacks another enemy of your choice. So if there's a really strong minion out there, you can make it attack somebody else, kind of mind controlling them. Ooh. Then Indomitable, we've kind of seen this before. You after you defend, you can exhaust to ready your hero. Then Deflection. When your identity would take any amount of damage from an attack, prevent 5 of that damage, discard cards from the top of your deck equal to the damage prevented this way. So a 2-cost card that helps you prevent a bunch of damage. So that's really good if you're in a very tight bind, but then you just discard cards from the top of your deck. Then Subdue, 1-cost event. When enemy initiates an attack, it gets -3 for the attack. You get 3 of those. Then Hard Knocks, deal 4 damage to an enemy. If that enemy is defeated by this attack, give your hero a tough status card. So it costs 3 for 4 damage, but if you're able to finish somebody off, then you're going to get that tough status, which would be awesome. Then Leading Blow, when your hero makes a basic attack, discard the top card of the encounter deck and reduce your hero's attack by the number of printed boost icons. If this attack still dealt damage, ready your hero. Very interesting because it costs 0, and you're reducing your own attack for the attack you're about to do by the number of boost tokens on the card you're revealing. But if you still do damage, you get to ready. So this is very interesting with Drax because it allows him to attack multiple times with this card, even though it's minimizing the amount of damage that you're doing the first time. So if you have those gigantic turns where you have a whole bunch of attack, you might be able to slip some attack through there. Then Counterpunch. After your hero defends against an enemy, attack, deal damage equal to your hero's attack. Of course, that sort of thing. Then Gamora. Gamora is a 3-cost, 1 thwart, 2 attack. You can only play her if your identity has the Guardian trait, so you have to be a Guardian to play her out. Then after Gamora attacks or thwarts, discard cards from the top of your deck until you discard an event, then add that card to your hand. So helping you grab events out of the deck, which makes a lot of sense with Gamora. Then Athletic Conditioning, discard a stun or confuse token from your identity card, which, you know, if Drax got stunned, he's going to be pretty neutralized. So that helps him be able to not be stunned. Then, of course, Genius and Strength and Energy, which we've all seen. Then we have the Obligation here. Of course, these are very similar. I don't like to talk about these too much. But then you have the villain, his Nemesis here, and all of the bad things that go in his deck for that. And then we also have a few more cards here that will you can add into your deck that are not part of his main deck, but you can add in if you play him in different things. So max 1 per phase, draw a card for each minion engaged with you. Of course, this sort of thing would be really good for like Thor and stuff like that. Think Fast, 1-cost event, take 1 damage and confuse the villain. Awesome, so that helps you keep the villain from building up too much threat counters. You can regroup. This is a 1-cost support. When an ally is defeated by an enemy attack, return it to its owner's hand instead of discarding it. Awesome. So it allows you to get your allies back. When the round ends, discard this card. That's cool. So it allows you to get some allies back. And then Enhanced Physique. You can exhaust this card to generate a fighting resource. So that's basically what we have in Drax. Let's get down to my thoughts. So Drax is super interesting. He rounds out more of the Guardians of the Galaxy team. I really enjoy the fact that he just always wants to be in hero form and build up those vengeance counters. He's all about taking damage and like being able to like build that up and get more and more attack and maybe blocking off some of that damage and healing some of the damage and just building that up more and more and more. It's kind of like a press your luck game, it feels like, as you're keeping him then in that hero form and being like, how much damage can I take? How many times can I build up those vengeance counters? And then flip down and heal back up. I just love the way the combos kind of work together in his deck as well when you're using his really strong attack to thwart things or do extra attack or unexhaust him. And I really enjoy the one where it's like, whenever you make a basic attack, you also get to draw a card. If you get the cards, they fall just right with Drax, he can be insanely strong. He's another one of those characters that if the thwart and the scheme kind of gets out of hand, he's going to be in trouble, especially if you're playing solo and things like that. But he can hit and do damage so fast, and sometimes that doesn't even matter. He's great if you're playing in a team and one person's going to be working really hard on the schemes and the main scheme, and you're just going to be out there wrecking and trying to do damage as much as possible and taking some of those hits to be able to hold off the villain and things like that. I really enjoy Drax. It's crazy how they make the theme come through on these characters. It's like just special abilities on cards. I know I say this in almost every one of these reviews, but it's like I'm playing these cards and these special abilities feel like what Drax would do. You know, it's like, come get me, making the villain attack you, acting all crazy, doing lots of stabbing and like attacking with knives and just being crazy all over the place. What's the main mission? I don't care about the main mission. I'm going to smash the villain in the face. So I really enjoy Drax. I think he's one of the really cool heroes to play in this game. If it's one of the ones that you've been holding off on or haven't checked out and you enjoy Marvel Champions, I think he's a lot of fun to play with. And I play with him a ton. He's just fun to have that attacking. I really like aggression style stuff. And this is a protection deck, but it feels like you're doing a lot of damage and building that stuff up, and it's a lot of fun as you play Drax and try to build up those combos. So I really enjoyed Drax. Thanks for joining me here on this Marvel Champions review. It's nice to be back doing some of these. Make sure to comment below what your favorite Marvel Champions characters currently are and what you're excited for about the Marvel Champions game. Well, thanks so much for joining me here. I'm Roy Cannaday, and I'll see you on the next one.